Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Hunt IonX, and today we're doing a video review on Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Final Swing Suit.
Hey, Editing Hunter here. I don't know why I completely forgot to mention this. I don't feel great in the recording of this video, so my energy is real low, and my voice sounds funky. It's because I'm like nasally, real stuffed in the nose. Throat doesn't feel great, so my voice sounds off. Just ignore it. Power through it with me, for the love of God, please.
Let's first kick things off by looking at the accessories. So you get pretty much your standard assortment of extra parts with a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. You get 2 foot pans, 2 wall crawlers, and a head, which at least should be standard, but not always, which is annoying. So, yeah. Anyway, getting these off to the side, we can now take a look at the main figure. Getting in close, you can see really nicely in my lighting, you can see all the texture work throughout the suit. It's really nicely sculpted, and again, it's texture, so it does feel really nice. Got some swirly twirly plastic for the legs here, though it's very matte in its finish, so it's not as shiny as the suit was in the movie. Come down here to the boots, go all the way around, show the rest of the suit. Yeah. So in terms of his articulation, it is on a dumbbell joint, so you get all the motion you would want out of it. So you get all the motion you would want out of it. At the shoulders, you got a butterfly joint. However, it doesn't go very far. It's really, really annoying that the shoulders don't go this far back. But, I mean, what can you do? There is a mod you can do to heat up these polymorph and do that mod, but, I mean, it's a little risky, so do it at your own risk, because you will risk probably scratching up or even destroying the butterfly peg in there. So then at the actual shoulders, hinge joint goes up about that far. Bicep swivel, like so. Double jointed elbow, which is better than a lot of Legends. Goes actually all the way up, which is a nice thing to see. However, I will mention the paint on my copy does get scratched up pretty easily on these, so that's the thing to watch out for. I've also seen some QC issues where these are really tight and could snap off, so be very careful. At the torso, it is a ball joint, so you get some rocker. However, there's not a whole lot of cut in there. You can kind of see up inside the torso, there's not a whole lot of empty space in there, so you don't get as much range as you should. You got a good amount, like side to side, but when it comes to the forward and backwards motion, I did that completely backwards, but comes to the motion forward and backward, there's not a whole lot there because I didn't cut out a whole lot in there, so that's really disappointing. I'd say that the limitations at the torso joint and at the legs, which we'll get to in just a second, are probably my biggest nitpick or complaint about the figure. There's just not enough cuts in there to allow for the articulation to have a plenty of range, which can allow you to do all the poses you would want to do for Spider-Man. So, but besides that joint, he's also got the crunch, which people do really like, and it does help a little bit, but again, without there being more cuts at the upper part of that torso, it's not going to get as deep as it should be able to, which would be more natural. At the legs, there is a drop-down hinge, but doesn't get very far because, as again you can see, kind of in there, there's no channel for the ball joint. It's just that. So it's basically as far as the leg goes up, which is not great considering these drop down legs are supposed to allow you to have more. The fact that there's no channel there that allows that It's really annoying. So again, just like I mentioned with the torso, there's not enough cuts in there to allow for all the range of motion, which is disappointing. Everything else about that figure is great. It's just why is there barely any cuts? The legs, of course, do go forward pretty high, so that's good. Got a thigh swivel right there. It's really tight on my copy, but it's fine. Double jointed knee bend, so you can have him reach all the way up and kick his butt, which is good. And then lastly, you get ankles. So there's a hinge cut right there, so the ankle actually goes forward a little bit, goes all the way down, and then you've got the pivot. So yeah, there's plenty of range of motion. Just there's probably just some more spots it needs, mainly in that torso and the leg. So everything else is pretty solid, and it is an overall really cool figure. So let's now move on to size comparisons. For a size comparison, here he is next to the Ben Reilly Spider-Man Marvel Legends, as well as the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Miles figure. And yeah, it's pretty much on par articulation-wise with this, with the same kind of problems where joints don't have enough cuts in there, but it's got the same kind of sculpt work that I really liked about this figure. So it's a nice mix of the two, and I kind of like that. These also do look really good together, so that's nice. Our two movie Spider-Men together, which is cool. If only our PS Spider-Mans were like this. God damn you, Hasbro. And then lastly, here he is next to the SH Figuarts Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, also from Spider-Man No Way Home. And yeah, they look pretty good together. So there you guys have it. That is my video review on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Final Swing Suit. Pretty much my same thoughts that I've had on my past two McFarlane Toys figures. Same thought process here with Hasbro's Legends. Good figures, but if you mod them, they're better. Because if you just leave them as is, with Legends, they're at least good if you leave them as is. Where with McFarlane Toys, they're really mid. But with some modification, they become fantastic figures. The problem with that is that they should be those said fantastic figures out of the box. Not, you shouldn't have to treat your action figure as a custom project to make it good. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's just the state of action figures. Not all action figures. Stuff like Star Wars, the Vintage Collection has been killing it, and G.I. Joe Classified is a similar boat. I don't know. I might have to just do a whole video where I talk about my thoughts on action figures, but for now, it's a really good figure. I do highly recommend it. If you can look past his flaws, which are, if you're used to Legends, there are not going to be flaws in your eyes because it's pretty typical across the line. But anyway, if you like this video review, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, as well as my social medias in the description down below. Until next time, you guys, peace.